Listen, when it comes
there was no incidents.
When it comes to travel, there's a much bigger question on the table, and that is, who gets the armrest? Anybody look at Joe Thomas's Twitter account? Joe Thomas and the Browns?
Yeah, he follows me.
He went on a whole thing about who gets the armrest on an airplane.
Oh.
It's a Jim Jefferies bit. It's a whole thing.
Was he doing a bit?
Well, Jim Jefferies does a bit about it and talks about the aisle gets one armrest and a leg. And then the middle seat gets two armrests, and the window seat gets...
Oh, well, then maybe he was just doing a Jim Jefferies bit, because that's almost what this sounds like.
Yeah, and then... So I think he was doing that, and then people picked up on it.
Window gets an armrest on a wall. Middle gets two armrests. Aisle gets an armrest and a little extra leg. We're not animals. We live in a society. He's doing a Jim Jefferies bit?
I'm pretty sure that's word for word, because I think Jim Jefferies retweeted it, and then
he said, I had a fight in a middle seat, and there was a squabble over the armrest.
And that's, yeah.
Oh, so he's just like retweeting a Jim Jefferies bit?
Or he just believes in that whole thing.
Oh. It was a blood... I was going to say, this doesn't sound like...
Joe Thomas?
With all due respect, I don't know what he sounds like, but it certainly didn't read like something that a football player had written.
I don't know how much of it, like that...
It was a bloodbath for both poor souls on either side of me. Probably doesn't sound like him, but I don't know. What the hell do I know?
It is only fair that the bitch seat gets both armrests.
Yes.
You know what? When I'm in the middle seat, I don't take either armrest. I have my arms in the middle. Because I feel like I need to defer to the people on the other side of me. Because if you're in the window, you've got a window, but you don't really have an armrest. It's right up against the wall of the cabin. So you can lean.
But you don't need an armrest if you have something to lean against. You know what I mean?
True. But if you're in the middle, do you need an armrest?
Yes.
For what?
Well, especially if you're like a larger person. Like, what do you do with your arms?
But I'm not. So I'm just saying, for me, I always feel like I should have my arms crossed.
To lean is the thing.
Well, I don't need to lean if I'm sitting down.
I need to lean.
How comfortable do people need to get?
If you're flying...
I'm already seated.
It's already terrible. So if you get something as simple as an armrest, that can make all the difference on a flight.
And again, I'm not anti-armrest. I'm just saying, if I'm sitting down, then I need to lean to one side?
Well, or just have something to lean against.
Or just a place to put your elbows.
That's what the person is for. I fake fall asleep on their shoulder.
And drool.
Yeah.
Just being in that middle seat is very uncomfortable because you're subject to whatever girth is next to you.
That's right.
So if you've got a relatively large set of neighbors on either side, you need something. You need an armrest.
Right.
So the guy should lean towards the aisle, the other guy should lean towards the window, and you should have the armrest.
Well, what I'm saying is if they're large or of above average carriage, they can only compact themselves so much anyway, where I'm really not going to get an armrest because their flab is like in my direction.
That's why they lean. The window seat leans towards the window.
I don't think people know this.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Any middle seat I've ever been in, I've never had anybody go, here, let me lean to one side so you have access to the armrest. That's never
a spoken thing. It's just a natural thing.
No, body language has not said that to me either.
But when have you ever sat next to somebody in the window seat that leans towards you in the middle seat? They're always going to lean towards the window because that's where the extra room is.
Right, but that's not in deference to the middle seat. That's because they want to lean up against the window.
Right. So what I'm saying is that's how it naturally falls, and that's how it works out best for everyone involved.
But, okay, I'll give you that. You're right. But if you're on the aisle seat, you can't lean into the aisle.
You get a little extra leg room there. And, when they come by with a cart, you have to pull in for a second. But
you can get a leg out there.
Yeah.
You put your leg in the aisle when there's no cart?
Yeah.
You put your leg out into the aisle.
Yeah.
Boy,
to stretch it out?
I had no idea I was such a polite traveler. I'm really not taking...
You don't even inch a leg towards the aisle?
I don't put my leg out into the aisle. There's people walking up and down.
I'm not like that, I'm not like, well, here we go.
She's got herself all spread out.
No, but you can say this is the aisle marker. You can kind of put your foot a little bit to the right of it, allowing it to stretch a little bit further.
Yeah, and get your knee out there, especially if you're taller. That's okay. That's a
Everybody does that, whether they realize they're doing it or not. It's just a natural thing. You sit down and you've got a little extra space.
My
to put
legs
your leg.
are always under the seat in front of me.
Well, I can't confirm nor deny because I don't remember checking to see how you sat last time.
I don't put my... Well, it's also very rare that I will get an aisle or a window seat.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
because I have to be, if I fly with Gwen, I have to be on a certain side because she likes to fall asleep on what, I don't know.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm like, you take the window and I'll take the middle, and that's fine. But
So you're used to having both your legs in the, under the seat anyway, because they have nowhere to go because you're in the middle.
right, what I'm saying is if on the rare occasion I will get an aisle or a window, I think I sit the same way. I mean, a window, obviously I'll lean, but I don't think I put my leg in the
Next
aisle.
time you fly, see if you naturally just kind of put your leg out just a little bit towards the
But
aisle.
is this why people are getting into fights? Because somebody next to them grabbed the armrest or tripped them on the way up the aisle?
It is this. You're already in a bus in the sky, a public bus in the sky, okay? You're trying to make it any more comfortable than you could possibly make it because it already sucks.
Right, but
the
it's
seats
also
are uncomfortable.
But it's also a tiny little society.
Right, and
And
that's
people
why
might
if you
get
follow
along-
this,
Yes.
Yeah.
So
It
just
makes it
go
easier.
with the flow, man. You know what the deal is. If you sit down, bitch, if you're in the middle seat, they should give you a little extra space, hence those armrests.
I don't know that
If
I've
you're
ever
in the
gotten
window,
that.
you know the drill. You lean towards the window. You don't lean towards the middle guy next to you unless you know that person.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if people knew that that was the case, then people wouldn't bitch so much about the middle seat.
well, maybe
most
people
people
need to be
know.
made aware.
That's what I'm saying.
Joe
So
Thomas
that's-
is starting
yeah.
the campaign.
He's
Via
carrying
Joe-
on the work of Jim Jefferies.
via
yeah.
Jim Jefferies. All right. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Plenty more where that came from. Click here to subscribe. Click here to watch another video. We'll see you next time.